morning. How is everybody?
Good, good. How are y'all?
Fabulous. Like really, really fabulous. So let's hear. I'm going to start with my own good news today. So there we go. Um, Let me see. I'm on TikTok now. I did a Zoom with my daughter yesterday. I was messing around with it and I called up my daughter and I'm like, can you please jump on a Zoom? Like for 5 minutes, well, it was 15, but I'm like, and I literally held my phone up. She's like, push here. And I held my phone up, push here. And so for TikTok, she told me, she said, just go through the videos, like what you like, and don't like, well, first off, hashtag, because I'm like, I don't like this crap I'm seeing. Like, I don't like any of this. And she said, just go in. She taught me how to pick out hashtags that I like. I picked out, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 of those. And then she taught me how to like the videos I like and dislike the videos I dislike. And she said, within 20 minutes, you will have your algorithm. And within 20 minutes, what I had was stuff from Edinburgh and real estate agents, which is not quite my algorithm. But then I went in and followed some other stuff. And now this morning, when I sat down to do a few minutes on TikTok, I'm like, holy crap, this stuff's amazing because it's all curated to me. So there you go. There's my win. And Anna G, by the way, I don't know if you all know this or not, that girl is all over TikTok. I saw like, I don't even know how many videos you popped up so many times. So
Really? Oh my God, I'm so happy to hear.
yeah,
Honestly, I have not figured out TikTok. Like I know I should. Because there are videos that I post and I'm like, I for sure know this is gonna be a hit. A lot of views are gonna come through. And it's like, I don't know, like 50. And then another video that I'm like, oh, whatever, I'm just gonna post something. It's just gonna be a dud. And it was like 1,000 views. I'm like, what? How did that happen? I have no idea. So
I
I
don't
need
know
to figure it
what
out.
people like either and why they like it. I have no idea about that stuff. I only know how to maneuver my way around now. So I'm very happy about
I I spoke with a friend of mine. She's a digital creator on Facebook, and she got a check from Facebook last year for $1,200 for posting one video of her daughter that apparently went viral. So Facebook offered her, I can't remember how much money it was. I think it was like $10 per 1,000 views, and it went up to like a couple of million. And she said each digital creator on Facebook or on these other platforms, once you get to that caliber, they determine how much your content is worth, and
it.
they
Mhm.
just send you free checks. I was like,
Yes.
wow, this is so cool.
Yes.
So
So to that end, because apparently you need 1,000 followers on TikTok to be able to unlock the next steps of the things that I want to unlock. And
yep, to go
so
live.
yeah, I have like 24 because, okay, so one day. Anyway, I talked to Ava yesterday. I met with her for an hour and a half. And Ava said that one, she will go to all the other cyberbackers and she will get out there to see if they can follow me if they can use their accounts, client accounts to follow me on TikTok. I'm like, how many cyberbackers are there? She said, I think we're up to 3,000 or 4,000. I'm like,
Whoa, that's amazing.
I know. I'm like, you do that, girl. And then the other thing is I met a guy. Why well, I met this guy? I've been working. There's a mastermind. Gosh, I belong to a bunch of accountability groups and masterminds and things like that so that I can feed my own soul so that I can pour back out. And one of those groups, there's 5 of us, I think, that meet. We meet every single week and we put people on a hot seat. And a hot seat, if you were in the success class, a hot seat is where one person says, hey, look, this is what I'm trying to deal with. And everybody just pours in. So, but we do it for an hour and we just pour into that person with, tweaking all whatever their problem is. And we just round robin it. Anyway, so he is a marketer. He works on the road. He and his family, they travel all over the place. He does marketing. He makes really good money at doing it. And he's building out a new program, like a subscription service where you pay a flat rate we're trying to figure out sort of the ins and outs. Like, do you pay a flat rate for a year? Does it go down after 3 months? Does it, what does it look like? And so he's like, I want to build this out because I want more freedom. And I'm like, I want to be your first client. So we're talking next week. And what he'll do is he'll just spend 3 months and really go through the marketing because he's amazing at getting your audience up like to huge amounts and getting your views up. So I'm going to meet with him, see what it is like. And then maybe if it's a good fit and all that, I'll turn him on to Gary and get them, in through the podcast and then the team and then that kind of stuff. And I'll talk to you guys after I talk to him and get more details over what it's going to look like. But anyway, all right, I'm done with my good news. I have monopolized way too dang much of me. Your turn.
I got a question. So what is a cyberbacker?
Oh, you know what, my Ava?
Mm-hmm.
So she's a cyberbacker. It is the name of a company. And what they do is they hook you up. You put in all the things that you need from a VA, and then all the programs you use. And then you do a big, huge interview, speed dating basically. And you can speed date a few times until you find the person. You can go back a couple of times till you find the person you want. And then once you pick your person, you pay them a monthly fee, which is like, you'll get a $50 discount if I refer you. It's like $1,500, I think. And then you pay that fee. And then for 2 weeks, you do not get your cyberbacker. They have your logins and they train exclusively on your programs and what you do. And then after that, you get your cyberbacker. And if it doesn't work out, so my first girl did not work out, unfortunately. And when I called up and after 2 months, I think we replaced her with Ava, I did not have to pay for the next 2 weeks of training. They just trained her for 2 weeks on their dime. So you only pay for it once. And so Ava was literally perfectly trained on Brivity, the way that I do things, all that kind of stuff, the day I got her.
Okay.
So there you go. All right.
And that's funny because I was wondering yesterday, how did Ava know so much stuff? Because you talk about she does a lot of different things for you. So that explains it.
So she even so I've been making longer videos. And then like last night we met for an hour and a half, been making longer videos. And she's like, Gina, these have to be down to like 9-10 seconds or whatever. So she went through and took my long ass videos and shortened them down to really interesting little clips, which everybody else in all my other groups said, do not let your VA do that because because of the English as a second language barrier and all that crap. They don't know what the stuff is that's going to appeal to our audience. And I watched what she put together and I'm like, and it's good. It's really good. And I'm like, girl, everybody said not to let you do it. Not who knows you personally, just in general virtual assistants. I'm like, but you rock this out of the park. So those are what's going to go up now, are these little short clips of just the highlight stuff that she's picked out.
Cool. All
Yep.
right.
Okay.
Well, I know she had to be working hard on that interview thing for your success thing with me. If it turns out okay, because I was at the beach.
Oh, that's cool. Anna had a smoke alarm going off behind her. And every time I watch it, it freaked me out, man.
So I haven't seen it or anything else, but that's what was going on.
So I'll, if you want, just let her know that you'd like to see the finished one and she'll send you over the finished one.
Oh, yeah.
So I was sitting here and I hadn't watched Anna's in a while and I pulled it up because I'm actually using it on the Success coaching site. And in the very, 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 very end, there's a high pitched beep. And I turned around to my husband and I'm like, did you hear that? And he's like, no. And I'm like, there is a smoke alarm going off in our house. And he goes, there is not. I paid for the 10-year battery. There is no way. I just replaced them 6 months ago. Blah, blah, blah. And we're like, there is too. And he goes, are you sure it's on your video? And I watched it again. And I'm like, oh man. Yes, it is. So, all right. I want to hear some other good news, y'all. This is not just me.
All right. Because mine will be quick and easy for people so they can go next. I've been working on my Mosley classes for CE credit. I have about a third or something like that, but they're supposed to be all done by the end of the month. And rather than go find them if I can and all that, I just decided that even though I have to take all of them if I do it through Mosley. So I've been working on those for the last 3 days. I'm hoping that today I will finish them up and have my CE course credits for this time period done.
Cool. Congratulations.
I'm about three quarters through.
I have to do my credits this year and I have not done any. And I do mean any. And that is not like me for that, but whatever, we'll get to him before we get to him, or before I have to get to him, which I
Yeah.
don't know when it is, but whatever, I'll figure it out.
Mine's by the end of the month.
So I had to do, no, never mind. Enough of me. I'm talking too much. Who else? Let's hear somebody else's good news.
Well, this is
Yes. Okay.
well, I talked to both of my potential buyers and I walked through the rent to own program with them, and both of them are going to fill out the paperwork to get pre-qualified.
Woohoo! Nice job.
Yay.
Yeah, huge. All right. Craig, calling on you.
All right. So I had a really good call with Anna yesterday, Anna G. Yeah. So it got cut a little short because I had to go into an appointment, but we connected, and yeah, very good conversation. And yeah, she's amazing.
I agree.
You-
She is
You
amazing.
are amazing too. It was awesome to connect, Craig. I look forward to continuing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I enjoyed it.
Likewise. Thank you.
All right. Anna or Liz, good news. Before we dig into whatever.
So one of my business planning journeys for this year that I did differently from all the other years is plan out one thing, and this was inspired by the book, The One Thing, to plan out one thing that I wanted to accomplish every single month. So I had essentially allocated what I needed to get done or what I needed to master that 1 month before I move on to the next. And for me, admittedly, unfortunately, I had not been keeping up with my database or paying any attention to my KV core. I had paid someone to write campaigns for me, as you know, Gina, but I hadn't really used it at all. And any contact I came across, I never actually uploaded them. So this month was my KV core perfection month, or at least optimization month. And I can't tell you how amazing the potential powers of this technology are, guys. Definitely, if you have not started paying attention to integrating KV Core to your business, to running campaigns and to running automations, to input your database, it really is magical. Like literally, I signed up for an expired lead source, and one of the lenders on EXP, he actually went through and set it up on my KV Core where all of the leads come through directly onto my KV Core, where I don't have to go and upload it. I know that if I had to, I wasn't going to. And it's been phenomenal. It automatically selects a campaign and it starts talking to them. And right now I'm up to, I think, 1,000 contacts, not just those leads, but includes like sphere of influence, the short sales that I'm doing. So I'm not fully done yet, but I can tell you there's quite a lot of engagement and conversions of people that I would not have ever been able to convert on my own just because of the sheer volume. So I keep getting people responding, like one of the short sales responded back saying, hey, I have a potential buyer, but I don't know how much to sell my home for. So I'll be prepping a CMA for him and try to help him through that process. But it's been really awesome. So I really encourage you to get to it if you haven't. I totally neglected it for so long. And I'm like, okay, let's try to leverage the tool sets that I have. So it's been really great.
I love that. I love that because we are in the throes of switching over to KV Core. I've been Brivity all this time. My Brivity accounts all shut down in 2 more days on the 4th. And so we've imported everything onto the KV Core site. And then once I get the success marketing done and built, so I have to build that, then it's diving into KV Core and what all it will do. So that's the next step. And then after that, it's connecting it into, I think I'm going to do Go High Level and connect it into that. But very cool. Thank you for that encouragement too, Anna.
Yeah, of course, of course. There's a huge learning curve because it's really not very user intuitive. But once you actually figure out the main gist of it, I feel like I'm literally just barely scratching the surface of everything it can do, only because there's so much to it and it's really not easy at all. Like Follow Up Boss and other systems are so much user intuitive, so much more user intuitive. I have Go High Level too, Gina, but I realized because my landing pages and everything so far has been through KV Core, it
Mhm.
was so much easier for it to just build that. So for
Mhm.
now, that's where it is, but I do want to get a Zapier integration. There's another
Mhm.
one, Padly. I'm looking into that to sort of upload everything from KV Core onto Go High Level. But I think that that definitely is a great idea.
I love it. Mona Carda, Karda, has a Facebook group that meets weekly, I believe. Well, it is weekly. I don't know when it is. She's EXP and she's great for questions and answers with anything. It's apparently a very interactive group for everything KV Core. So she's a good resource for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
All right, Liz.
Hello, so mine will be short and sweet, but it feeds along the same lines of like feeding your soul and getting all my stuff in order. So I first of all, want to say I am looking forward. Anna, you're on my list. I'm coming to call and contact you because after that exchange we had yesterday on the call, and then just, something you mentioned in the past, I'm like, I need to talk to her. So just wanted to give you a heads up there that I'm going to be reaching out to connect to you at some, and I have to say at some point, because I'm juggling this with a corporate job that I'm still trying to put in its little box. But I am coming to speak with you because I feel like I have some stuff I would like to speak with you about. And in terms of feeding my soul, I realized yesterday, and I don't know why it took me so long to get there, that my philanthropic heart isn't being fed enough. So in an effort to kind of get out of my space more in that and get more engaged in the community, I started looking up other organizations here in the area where I can be more boots on the ground instead of financially servicing or providing resources. And so I am looking to sign up for the World Kitchen Organization and volunteer with that one because that leg isn't being fed, and some others here in the area. So feels pretty good.
Love that. I love that. That's very cool. And you never know where stuff like that is going to go. And I was just watching Jim Rohn on TikTok this morning saying that every single thing you give out to the world, every single person you help, every single kind, well, no matter what, kind, unkind, whatever it is, thing that you give out to the world is going to come back to you. You're doing it to yourself. Every single time you do it, you're doing it for yourself and to yourself, which I was like, where is he going with this? And he's like, because it's going to come back to you. It just does. It'll come back to you tenfold, 100-fold every time. And I do believe that. I believe that that's the way that the world just works. And it's not like a weird, I don't know, hoobie-jibby, whatever kind of a thing. You change your mind and the way your mind thinks because you start seeing good, because you're doing good and giving good. And when that starts happening, you start seeing and recognizing the little tiny cool good things that are happening all around you that you don't see otherwise when you're in a negative space. So.
Yeah, I agree. And not only that, for some reason, my mind keeps coming back to, is this how I really want to be spending my time? And when I'm thinking about it, it's like, no, it's not feeding me enough to spend all of my time and energy there. It's actually putting my mindset in a not so good place when I'm trying to figure out, I understand what my corporate space provides for me, and I'm not ungrateful for that, but the time I'm spending there and trying to create efficiencies or things that aren't available is just not a good use of my time. So I'm taking all of that off my calendar so I can put it into people and resources and programs of service, which is where I really want to be.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. So with all that goodness, who has a challenge?
KV Core.
Yes.
KV Core.
Yes, thank you, Anna, for your words on KV Core this morning, because that's who I'm
Yeah.
at too. I'm like, KV Core and I don't know.
So.
I have enough time, but no.
It is really tough, but go through the trainings they have. Believe it or not, there's like so many of them. And it's really hard to find, but try to, as much as you can, try to get through it, because the potential is really, really huge. I can't tell you how many deals I possibly lost through the cracks just by the fact that I didn't have this like extra system to do it for me.
Okay.
Okay, small bites. So so one of the things that I'm good at doing is taking a big, huge thing and then small biting it down and then attacking small bites and working my way through it. So with KV Core, the database is uploaded, but the first thing that I'm going to personally learn is how to put one person in. That's it. Just put one person in, not the big upload that they'll do for you. Just one person in. And then once I have one person in, I want to know how to manually assign it to a
campaign.
thank you, a campaign, and how to attach the hashtags. And I'm going to go through and figure out what the hashtags are that I want to do. Like for me personally, because of who I'm putting in, I'm going to hashtag specific topics of investing so that when we have a class on that topic, I can go through and grab everybody that's interested in that topic and get them the information. So that's one of the things that we're doing. And then once I figure that out, then I'll start figuring out the rest of it, because I don't know how many landing pages or anything like that has, but that's the beginning bite size that I'm going to do, is just figure out that part.
So like, when you do the campaigns, do you have to like send properties?
Your campaigns can be anything. Like I have a campaign, I took a campaign from Honey Badgers, which is just a series of texts and emails inviting people to our class and giving them graphics, like here's this cool spreadsheet, here's this cool chart, here's this cool graphic. It's all of that. It has nothing to do with sending any properties at all.
Okay.
Nothing.
From what I can tell, you can make KV Core do just about anything you want it to, but I can't tell you how to do it. I just know that much. I can put in a single person. I haven't really attached campaigns to it, but I can do that, and I can do the hashtag, and I haven't done nearly the amount of training or anything else that you're supposed to.
Well, stop with the supposed to's, girl. I hear that come out of your mouth way too much. You're just supposed to all over your life.
Okay, well, supposed to probably is what I want to be instead of everybody else.
There you go.
Okay, but it's a lot more words to say that. So, anyway,
We love you, and you're way steps ahead of me. So just
I
give
can
yourself
tell you
kudos.
something that you're not supposed to do. And if nobody has anything that they need to talk about for the end of our call,
What?
I went for a hike yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a group of ladies that are, quote, the retired but not dead hikers. And I know. And we went there. I was going to take the picture. Well, I don't know how to do the timer on this phone, and I know there has to be one. So I'm in the pro settings of my phone, and I have an Android, Craig, and I think we have the same one. It's the Note 20.
Yeah.
And I like the pro settings of the camera a lot, but I don't know them. Anyway, I thought, well, fine. How am I going to get in the picture? Because they were fussing at me to get in the picture, and I don't know where the timer is. So I figured I'd put it on video. Well, there's something called hyper video or something like that. Hyperlink. I don't know. Hyperphase, whatever. I wasn't thinking, obviously. So I set it on that, had it all lined up, and went down and joined them, right? Well, guess what hyper is?
You're running like Kenny Hill.
Yeah, so like you're running on high speed. So I made a little video doing that. Isn't that cute?
I think it's adorable, and I think you should take it and you should put a little talk about it, and then you should show it on Facebook. That's what I think you should do.
I might.
That's fun. It just
It's
is.
funny.
You never know what's going to hit. I really thought that me looking like Snape would be a ton of people laughing at it, because everybody in my family now thinks I look like Snape. But nobody really gave a crap on Facebook, but COVID they like, so whatever. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I can't dig into KV Core yet, but as we dig into KV Core and you learn little cool tips and tricks, share them here, because part of like what happened today that I'm loving is you guys are connecting with NNG and there's partnerships and things like that going on, and this the sharing of how this stuff all works, and we all seem to be in the same place of KV Core, and I know it does amazing things. And it's just one bite at a time. We'll figure it out and we'll add it into our business for the parts that make sense for us and our business, and the stuff that doesn't make sense for our business, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Cool tool we don't need. So, all right, y'all. I hope that you have an amazing rest of, what is today's Thursday? What are we gonna train on tomorrow? I don't know, but we'll figure it out. Okay, have a great day. Love you all very, very much. Talk later.
All right, should
Bye.
be KV Core, I think.
Bye.
Bye.